Hello to everyone. I am Dr. Alkesh Agrawal, and in this lecture, I'll first start with a brief discussion of sequential logic, and then I'll explain the block diagram of D flip flop. Then I'll explain the truth table of D flip flop to understand the working of D flip flop. Then I explain about the state diagram of D flip flop. Then I'll show you how to reduce a state equation of D flip flop. Then we'll discuss about the excitation table of D flip flop, and finally I'll explain the working of a D flip flop with the help of gate diagram. Here are some reference books that include Digital Design authored by M. Morris Mano and M. D. Celedi, and Modern Digital Electronics authored by R. P. Jain. So before going into the details of D flip flop, let us briefly discuss about sequential logic. So in sequential logic, the next output not only depends upon the present input but also on the past output. And you can see very clearly in this block diagram that at a particular instant we have present input as well as we have past output. Now from where these past output are from? So whenever you give certain input, through this combination circuit they go into this storage element, and from there they are being fed back to the circuit. So simultaneously when we give certain inputs at present instant, the same time through the feedback process we have certain more inputs that are nothing but the past outputs. So in sequential logic, the next output not only depends upon the present inputs but also on the past outputs. So this is the block diagram of a D flip flop. Now first you have to understand this D flip flop stands for data transfer or delay. Why this is called a data transfer? Because whatever input you give at the D input, the same will be reflected at the output. So if D is 1, QT will be 1, and if D is 0, QT will be 0. Also known as delay flip flop because you get the output after certain delay. Here you can see this is set and reset or SR flip flop, and here the set and reset inputs are being shorted through this inverter. Now why we are using inverter? Because in SR flip flop the condition S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 1 simultaneously is not permitted. So that situation is being avoided by the using of this inverter. So when the S and R input are being shorted through this inverter, and it becomes a D input. So when D is 1, it means S is 1 and R is 0, and when D is 0, it means S is 0 and R is 1. So in no case S and R will be simultaneously 1. Let us see now the truth table of D flip flop. So it is very easy to understand. As I have already told you, this D flip flop is also known as data transfer. So you see the column of D input, it is 0 1 0 1. Now you see the column of next state, it is also 0 1 0 1. So it clearly suggests that whatever input is given at D, the same is reflected at the next as the next output. So when D is 0, next output is 0. When D is 1, next output is 1. When D is 0, again next output is 0. And when D is 1, next output is 1. Okay, so this is very simple to understand. Now see the state diagram. So again you see when the D flip flop is at the previous state is 0, input is 0, it will remain in the 0 state. So you see if D is 0, the state is also 0, next state is also 0. If the D flip flop is at 0 state and D is 1, so the next state will be 1. If D flip flop is in 1 state and if D is 1, it will remain in state 1. And if the flip flop is in state 1 and if D is 0, the next state will transit from 1 to 0. Now you see the state equation of D flip flop, very simple to understand. So as I've already told you, the column QT plus 1 is same as column of D. So from this you can conclude that QT plus 1 is equal to D because both these columns are same. So I have already told you whatever input is given at D, the same is reflected as next output. So QT plus 1 depends upon D. So if D is 0, QT plus 1 is 0. If D is 1, QT plus 1 is 1. Now see the excitation table again. Nothing very complex. You just interchange D and Qt plus 1 from the truth table, you get excitation table. So here you see what is Qt plus 1 is 0 1 0 1, and what is D is 0 1 0 1. So again, this is the excitation table, that is whatever will be the next state, it means you have given the same value at the D input. So Qt plus 1 0 means D is given 0, Qt plus is 1 means D given is 1, Qt plus 1 is 0 again means at D you have given 0, Qt plus 1 is equal to 1 means D is 1. So this is the gate diagram, very simple. We have already discussed in detail about the gate diagram SR flip-flop. Here you have two NOR gates. The output of this NOR gate is connected to the input of upper NOR gate, and the output of upper NOR gate is connected to the input of lower NOR gate. We have two AND gates through which the S and R inputs are given through clock. So when clock is activated, the S and R inputs simultaneously go into these inputs of NOR gate, and therefore there's a transition in Q and Q bar that I have already explained in detail in the lecture of SR flip-flop. But what is important to see over here is the S and R are shorted this inverter to generate the D flip-flop. So you can understand that D is modified version of SR, where the condition S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 1 will never be generated. Now we'll see the working of D flip-flop. So if we assume that Qt is 0, so obviously Q bar T will be 1. So if we give D is equal to 1, see what happens. The next state will be 1, from 0 to 1, and simultaneously the complement will be from 1 to 0. Let us see another situation. If Qt is 1, the Q complement will be 0, and again if we give D input as 0, so the next state will be fixed to 0, that is it will transit from 1 to 0. So you see next state is same as what you give at the input, and obviously when this value changes, when Qt changes from 1 to 0, Q complement will change from 0 to 1. Thank you.